Welcome one and all, my name is Tawess and today we are painting a Warhammer 2C in the colours of the glorious Rasalhauge Dominion, the merger of Clan Ghostbear and Rasalhauge Republic into one deeply disturbed unit. And of course, if we're going to paint in the colours of the Rasalhauge Dominion, we of course have to paint it in the colours of the Rasalhauge Galaxy. That sweet, dark, deep night blue and gold. Base coating with a brush can be done. Mythical, I know, but it can be done. Unless you're batch painting, then I would recommend an airbrush. But for one model, a brush is just fine. In fact, it's most likely faster. It's just a basic black, giving a good base for our colors. And while I still have the black wet on the palette, I put in a bit of midnight blue just to get a slight start on the blue. And while that cooks, basically, absorbs the waters, dilutes, I pick out all the metal parts, the parts that are going to get painted metal, with a deep dark it's copper, I think. Brass. I don't know. It's dark iron in this case. Dark iron is the color. Anyway, it's a dark rusty color. Great base for gold if you want this sort of still very metallic gold, but also want it to have a bit of depth. A bit of depth. Sort of stuffy. Things happens. But yeah, basically, using this as an extra base layer for the metallic colors. You could technically do this in a non-metallic, but I don't like to do that. Instead, we keep doing the metallic things. Now, one of the things to keep in mind here is, of course, that there is no set pattern for where the colors go. That you have to think of yourself. So take a few minutes before you start and look at the model and it's like, where should I put down the metallics? I mean, you can still change your mind once you put them down, but it makes things a lot easier if you have a plan before you do it. Trust me on that one. Done that mistake way too many times. So, with all the metals down and the black-blue properly wetted, moist as a bint, we get ready. Okay, building suspense for nothing. I'm just in a weird mood today. It's like basically just building suspense for nothing. We basically paint the mech with a dark blackish blue. And don't worry if this one is like, I can barely see the blue, blackish blue. That's okay. This is basically just another base coat. And the idea is just slap it on. Try to leave some black here and there, because it's a nice, dark, contrasting but for intents and purposes, you don't need it. You can just slather the entire mech with blue if you like to. Although if you do that, you should probably not paint the metals first. Instead, put down a layer of blue first and then do the metals. But, yeah. Basically, as you can see here, just putting a solid, even, smooth coat of blackish blue. Making sure to hit, especially the surface facing upwards. Thinner layer on the things facing downwards away from the light. Pick a light source. Very important. Why is it important to pick a light source? Well, because if you don't pick a light source, you're going to have trouble envisioning where you're going to put the lighter colors later on. And that is not good. You need to know where you're going to put the colors. So yeah, basically, pick a light source, stick to it. Also, one of these things you should think about when you're holding the mech and looking at it. You could actually use the lamp. Like hold on a lamp, see where the light hits. So, with that done, I put more blue. I shouldn't say into the other paint because that would be too much. Just took a bit of the original paint, mixed in more blue, made a bit lighter, a bit brighter. As you can see, going over all the sharp edges and the upwards facing areas of the make, making sure to brighten them up. Again, don't go too heavy in this stage. This stage is just part of the process, so don't go too heavy. You can absolutely do 1 or 2 or 3 passes. I did 2 passes in this case. And the idea is to get a good step up from the base coat, so to speak. Now, then you repeat the process, add more blue. I think using enchanted blue, something like that. It's a very blue. So you add that to it, and then you hit the same areas again, but now you make even smaller areas. Making sure to hit absolutely just the edges. Because now we're moving into like the highlight stage, sort of. Not entirely, but mostly. And the idea is to really bring out the areas that get hit by light, like sharp edges, upward facing panels, things that you want to draw the eye to. Again, don't be afraid to mess up at this stage, just paint over it and do it again. The stage after this might be a bit more difficult. Again, you can do this as many times as you like. I did it one more pass of this, making sure to add more blue, make it brighter, and hit the sharpest of edges. And you could also wash this at this point. As you can see now, the brush is almost bright blue. That is because I added much more blue into the mix. If you're having a hard time getting good saturation, just don't mix your colors up. Just go in the color triads. If you don't know what a color triad is, it's basically 3 colors that are the same color but different hues and tones and shit. If you are looking to get better at this, you can have a look at the new Fanatics War paints when they come out from Army Painter, because they're gonna have a little system on them which shows which colors goes together for this. But in essence, lighter colors higher up, more light is hitting them, smaller areas. Darker colors, less light hitting them, bigger areas. So with that done, it was time to start highlighting this metallics. And I went from this dark iron up to a copper color, with just hitting, again, the top areas, making sure to give you the illusion of layers and depth. And again, there's no fixed method for doing this. You have to go on your own instincts, basically. But in essence, again, if it's facing upwards, it's mostly going to catch more light. If it's on edge, it's going to catch more light. Focus on those. No need to go too deep into things that are just flat panels, because flat panels are boring. And once that was done, I basically got a gold. I think it was a greedy gold in this case. And this is the last highlight stage of the metals. Just striking the tops and bottoms, the sharp edges. How many times have I said sharp edges this video? Too many. Definitely too many. But anyway. Just going over everything, tidying it up, making sure that you get this like proper pops in there. Now, of course, some might asking, oh, are you going to paint the Rasalhauge Dominion logo? And I was like, no. It's tiny, it's squiggly, and it has a neon effect on it. We are not painting that. No. I like my life. I don't need to suffer like that. It's a cool logo, but we're not going to do it. As you can see there, missing a bit. After that, you tidy it up. Go over area you missed. Put some blue if you misplaced the yellow, the metals. And then get to weapons, feet. Silver, Just soft brushing. It's a round surface, just short strokes. Don't try to do long strokes on round surfaces, it doesn't turn out well. And with that done, we just drench the metals in non-oil or your dark wash of choice. It's not extremely important. And then the make's done. You see? Not that difficult. Pretty quick. Still looks great. Imagine an entire star of these. But look, just so good. Anyway, that is pretty much it for today. I most likely have a cold. I don't know if I'm going to survive that. You're going to have to look at it pretty now. It's not like pretty actually. Something happened with my camera. It looks like arse. But you have to live with that too. So, until next time, stay safe. Be kind. And do play fair. Bye.